Lisa Creations here on YouTube and Instagram, and also on Instagram as surfandsew.me. Welcome to my Flosstube video. Flosstube, this is Flosstube number 26. Flosstube is a small part of YouTube where we talk primarily about cross stitch. I am also going to talk a little bit about quilting today. I'll save that for the end just in case you're not interested, but I have been quilting. I am multi-craftual, and I cross stitch, quilt, and crochet are my main three hobbies. I sew outside of quilting, but not often, usually just for specific items. Like my girls wanted me to make them baby carriers the other day, and I whipped a little something up for them. But typically I don't take on very many sewing projects other than quilting. That might change someday, but as of right now it has not. I think I said it's Sunday, June 9th. It's Sunday, June 9th. I might have said it was Sunday, June 6th. It's Sunday, June 9th. We are getting close to the end of school. The girls have one more week. Yesterday it was beautiful and sunny here in southern coastal Maine, and today it is rainy and gloomy. We made the most of yesterday and got a lot of chores done. My eldest daughter and I made a new garden bed because she wanted to grow strawberries, and we didn't have any more real estate for them. So we put together a garden bed, and with some spare logs we had around, and I had already set aside this spot and had cardboard laid down. So we just kind of built on top of that, and the cardboard was laid down to kind of kill the grass rather than like tilling it up. So we did sort of a no-till and just kind of layered cardboard and compost and some garden bed soil. So I'm going to insert a picture of that here for fun. She worked really hard on it. And then my youngest picked out a pumpkin, and so we made her a little garden bed to the side for the pumpkin to be in, and then we just figured it would vine out into our yard. So we'll see how that goes. We have a pretty big garden space for our small house, and we grow a lot of our own produce in the summertime, which is lovely. At this time of year, it's a lot of work. We did a lot of weeding yesterday in our front area around our herbs, and I think we have all of our plants in. I rescued some volunteer tomatoes from our potato bed because we were rotating stuff. Anyways, so we're gonna see how those go. They are in tomato bags. I'll see if I have some pictures of that or of our whole garden. Maybe I'll go out and take a nice wet picture of our garden and insert it in here for you so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, I actually got a little pause in the rain, so I figured I would bring you out. I'm not gonna do a really long video. Well, it is raining, you can kind of hear it, but just point out a little bit of our garden. So I have in the far bed over there a couple bell peppers and some garlic. That was a clove that got like left in the ground, so it has like, or a garlic that got left in the ground, so it has like 6 coming out of it. There's another one that's the same thing that happened right there. I have more peppers here. This is a lily that split last year, and I didn't get this one out, so I'll get it out next year. Lettuce, arugula, there's a little spinach in there. These are snow peas, shell peas, all of our garlic, and then back over there are hot peppers. This is the garlic bed, or the garden bed that we made yesterday. So it's faring okay in the rain. I was a little worried that the soil was all just gonna leave. My 2 rescued tomatoes, and then the pumpkin, potatoes, and then some unkept bed. Our fence is going down this year. We'll take it out. Blueberries, lavender, more blueberries, and then our raspberries that are kind of expanding. So this is our oldest one. So it now has expanded, and it has also like come over here. I'm just gonna let it go. It's gonna do what it's gonna do.
And then these ones, this one's new. I transplanted it from through the hole in the fence. One was growing and I went and dug it up and brought it here. So it probably won't do too much this year, but next year it'll come back, because that is what this one is and what that one is. And then this one has decided to start kind of moving out this way. So eventually I hope that this will all fill in. And then it's our apple tree and our crab apple tree and all of our bikes. Thus concludes our backyard tour.
But that's enough garden chat. Let's get to stitching. I had a new start this week. It was part of the planned 24 starts in 2024 that was started by Pam of Pam and Steph at Just Keep Stitching. And I have fallen way behind on keeping up and getting to the point where I might get the 24 starts, but I have all those patterns pulled and fabrics like put with them. And so when I'm kind of itching to start something new, I have this like big bag of essentially kitted up stuff that I can reach into and start something new. So I started this needle book, which I won't make into a needle book. It will just be like a little pillow portion of this. I do have plans to stitch this, and that was also one of my 24 new starts in 2024. It is called Fresh from the Garden. It's from Little House Needleworks. And I kitted it up with mostly color and cotton. This I posted on my Instagram. This Bonfire, let's see, hold on. Where is it? I pulled out my little, oh, here it is. So, this is Bonfire from Color and Cotton, and I am absolutely loving how it's working for a sewing tomato. The other color and cottons that I pulled are, and I think this came from the Library Stitchers Retreat. I don't know who made this. I forget now. It's really cute. It has a little 2024 charm and a little book. It might have been Sarah the Northwood Stitcher. I probably talked about it in my video right after we came back from that retreat, but since then I have forgotten who made it. Let's see. Okay, so the color and cottons, the two of the newer colors that are probably more readily available are Jingle Bell, although that says it's a special edition. These both say special edition. Actually, I don't know if she's added them to her. So Bonfire and Jingle Bell. So this will be like my bee and inner flower color. And then this is for the tomato. And then for the white, I am using, these are from, like, I was part of her Floss of the Month, like, long ago. For the white, I am using Wild Oats. And the two greens are Laurel and Lichen. And so here's the little color and cotton setup for this pattern. And then the other two kind of more accent colors are Crescent Colorworks Roasted Chestnut, which is a called for. So Crescent Colorworks is now Classic Colorworks. And then I also, for the black, am using GAST, Simply Shaker, Onyx. Yeah, and so this chart is a little bit on the older side. Let's see, 2010, because it is charted in Crescent Colors, which is now Classic Colorworks. So, let me show you what I got started. And then this needle binder is from my friend Tina. She gave those out at the Library Stitchers Retreat. So here's what I have going: a little tomato, the bee body, and a couple Needles. So it's on a 40 count, I think, Latte. It was a scrap of another project that I had done that also has a sewing tomato on it. So I need to get finishing with those. But yeah, so I think that's a pretty decent little start right there. I was having like hand cramps yesterday, which was really sad. Like probably right here, probably carpal tunnel, I think, from holding the hoop. think the next project that I work on is going to be something that I can stick in my trusty Lowry so that I am not gripping anything. Okay, next, my next whip that I worked on, which I am caught up on, is the Deadly Aquarium SAL. So, she did release, this is from Lola Crow. She did release a new section. There's some fire coral that's going to go right here. But I'm not considering myself behind yet because it's released right now. She hasn't released something else yet, so I am caught up. And I took this off of the Q-snap once I finished this section right here because I wanted to iron it and then show it to you, although now it's been folded, so it has a little crease in it. But yeah, so I will get going on that. I love the little puffer fish. And I wish I could get you, let's see if I pull this back, if I can get what the fabric actually looks like ever. Nope, it doesn't look like we're gonna get it, but it was worth a shot. I love puffer fish. I have, let's see, I have a little kissy puffer fish right there. That is Tiki Tony artwork, tattooed locally here. Tiki Tony is a tiki artist. He's done some stuff for Disney. He is in Southern California. I love his work. We also, so I used to work at a restaurant that had sort of like a tiki theme, and we rescued some of the blowfish when they were redoing the inside of the restaurant. So we do have blowfish in our basement. So those were rescue blowfish that had already been, you know, used for what they were going to be used for. I will insert some pictures of them, but we were lucky enough to take those and not have to go out and source them somewhere else. So they live with us now, and I am just loving this. Lola Crow, genius, genius, genius. That is her first pattern that I have stitched on, but after seeing the library, the haunted library that she did, and the greenhouse of oddities, I keep thinking about going back and doing the greenhouse of oddities. I will say, if you ever like do a SAL, just because I did the cryptid SAL and I'm doing this SAL, and those are the last two like long release SALs that I've been a part of. Finishing the border within the allotted time is super helpful with staying caught up, because while those borders might not seem like a lot, it's really easy to just sit down now and stitch each part. But also, like me being caught up, like that is short-lived. That is not going to last long. I'm going to try really hard to get this week's done so that I'm caught up going into next week too. But I believe in myself, but I also am a realistic human, and I don't know that part of me will stay caught up, but it's worth a shot. And then I also worked on 324. I've added 11 motifs since the last time you've seen it, so I will put in a before picture here. And then I will show you where I'm at. I made it to the purples. I made it to the purples. So we're really starting to see some purples here. These ones are a little bit more on like the magenta-y side. These are like bright pinkish in here. I'm missing a couple colors. I am not buying them yet because I did buy one color that I thought I was missing and it popped up out of nowhere. And then I had another one in here, one of these two I think, that I thought I was missing. And then after I started stitching the other day, I went through and I was like, I'm just going to look in my box one more time. And I found one of them. So I think I'm going to hold off on buying the skeins for ones that I think that I'm missing. But this is from Works by ABC by Arlene Cohen. And it's just beautiful. It's so cool. It uses, if you haven't heard, which by now I think you've probably seen this around in a couple places, It uses 324 different colors of DMC. That is just wildly amazing to me. Some of them, as I'm stitching them, I'm like, this is kind of weird that this color goes here. Are you sure? Are you sure? And then it looks amazing. So kudos to her, because this is just a beautiful chart and the color work is amazing. But also, if you don't want to stitch all 324 colors, she has another version of it that uses far less colors, and you stitch like I think it's like a set of 9 motifs, each in the same color, and then you kind of work from there, and it still gives a beautiful rainbow effect, and you use way less of your DMC collection. Okay. And then, so this is the finished version in plastic, sorry. All right, next is my ongoing, I'm gonna finish this project for this year, and I have been working on it. I will insert a picture of where it was the last time you saw it in this area, and then I will show you where I am now. Look at it. Look at that. So these are the top 3 shelves. I'm getting really close. So this is on one page and then these are on another page. So I'm going to finish out this page. I don't have a ton of stitching left on it. I have completed 1, 2, so 66. So 71 bottles are totally done. There are quite a few bottles that are getting very close to being completed on here. Again, I'm really just trying to throw a couple of stitches into this every couple of days. I really want to free up this Q-snap. I've been itching to stitch a lot of different things, and so I need another Q-snap to be like available to me sooner rather than later would be great. But I am working on it. I have not put it has not gone to the wayside, and I am not taking it out of here until it's done. So I'm going to keep chugging along on this, and you'll keep seeing it until it's completed. But for 3 weeks, I think I got a pretty good amount of progress. I'll put up the picture here again so you can see, like, kind of side by side the difference of where I was and where it is now, because yeah, I mean, with all the other stuff I've worked on too, I think I've gotten a good chunk done, and I don't stitch every day, just because I don't really have the time to do that, nor do I always want to. And I'm trying not to like force myself to stitch when I don't want to stitch, just to stitch and just to have stuff to show. So, that, I did this last time too. I think you all know, you know what it looks like by now, but here's what Ink Circles 99 looks like. Beer bottles from around the world. There is a complete list inside, which I will end up probably mounting to like the back of whatever I put it on, or just so if people, I don't know, or make it more accessible, just so that like if people ask, oh, what's that bottle? It looks familiar, I can't tell. Because there are some that are like very obvious what bottles they are, like the Corona bottle you can tell, the Dos Equis bottle you can tell, Sam Adams you can tell, St. Polly's Girl you can tell, but like there's some that are just a drooling moose you can tell. There's a couple that you just can't. I mean, you can if you know them really well, and maybe those are just the ones that I know, so I know what they look like. Okay, I feel like I'm talking really fast today. I told my husband before I started that I had like the yas about about doing the video. I was like getting everything ready and I'm feeling anxious. I don't know why. Like I've been doing these much more regularly lately, and it's felt like it's been a lot easier to talk to you all, getting a little bit more practice in, but for some reason today was, I don't know, maybe I just hurried, or I was gonna originally do it yesterday, but then yesterday ended up being a really nice day where the weather was questionable, and so it ended up being nice, so we like stayed outside and did outside things. And then today the weather is crummy, so we came inside, and I was like, this is perfect Flosstube weather, other than the fact that the light might not be as great. Like I said, I'm talking fast. I am like, I don't know, I got the yes. Excuse me. So I was thinking about plans and thinking ahead towards like when I finish 99, because I'm getting excited about it. And I was thinking maybe it's a 2017 start. So I was thinking like maybe I'd move next, instead of doing another 2017 start and trying to finish it, because they're both big projects. One of them's the Shores of Hawkern Hollow. One of them's another bigger Halloween project that, I don't know, I kind of have to be in the mood to stitch it. So I don't know if I'm ready to force myself to work on that yet. So I was like, well, what if I move to a 2018 project? And I started going through my 2018 projects. And 2018, like the projects from that realm, like there's a couple that I absolutely love and I'm super excited to finish. There's a couple that like have always given me pause in my stash. And so I ended up going through my list and kind of Marie Kondoing it. I decided that there's a couple things in there that don't spark joy anymore for me and that are maybe just no longer my stitching style. I don't quite know. So, and then also one of them is a primitive Hare design, and I know I had it digitally, but I have no idea where it went. So I've UFO'd three projects, technically kind of 4 because of the way that my WIP list was set up. But the first one was the Patriotic Needle Queen. So I cut my fabric, I cut out what I had. So this is what I have. So I think I still might just make this into like a little boop boop needle book. And have these 2 pages with batting and just, I have a needle book. I really like how this is. I love the little like quilted design of it. And I love the colors that I ended up choosing. So, and then the fabric I dyed. It's just like a piece of linen from Joann's or Michael's long ago that I dyed with some tan rit. So I think that's the plan for this. One of the other projects that I'm UFOing for now, and I don't know if I'll pick it back up or not. I'm not going to get rid of it, and I'm not going to cut the fabric yet. This is a Wild Violet, and they're like stitchy tarot cards. There's a set of 3 of them. So this is one, and it just needs the Ripper written underneath there, and it's done. So the way that she charted it though, like this thread like moves along through a tarot card on this side and a tarot card on that side. It's like the Ripper, the Stitcher. I don't remember what the other one is. So those 2 are done. The tarot one maybe forever, I don't know yet. And then this is a big one. So I was stitching the Prairie Schooler ABCs. I have all of the charts. Most of them I have in cardstock. I think 2 of the sets I have are paper. I'm not quite ready to get rid of them yet because I'm nervous that I don't know, that my daughters might want, I don't know, I should just get rid of them. But my person was like, maybe don't get rid of it yet. Maybe just put that to the side. But the other thing that was bothering me about it is that I have a like giant blanket of this beautiful toasted almond from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Steph. And it's just being held up in my stash by a pattern that I don't really want to stitch on. So I'm UFOing it. I'm gonna cut this out. I just haven't had the guts to do it yet. But so this is, the Z is for zinnia and the ampersand, like X, Y, and Z. So yeah, I feel like that was like a big, I don't know, it was a big decision. It will be a bigger decision when I cut it. And then when I was like, oh, I wonder what I'm gonna replace it with. I have And They Sinned. And They Sinned is, I need to do the math on it and see if it would fit on this piece of fabric. I think it will. I think it will, especially my friend, this is from my friend Kat, she sent this to me, But I think if I cut out the alphabet, I think I might cut out the alphabet in the middle, and then I think it definitely would fit, because it's narrow, and I probably would fit on like half of this. And I have, this is a yard, I think, this way. So, or pretty close to it. So I think I might use half of it for And They Sinned. It's 40 count. And one forever project to another, perhaps. But something that I'm more interested in stitching now than I am stitching the Prairie Schooler ABCs. So yeah, still kind of unknown on what I will do with the Prairie Schooler ABCs charts that I have. Yeah, I spent a lot of time collecting those, especially finding the cardstock ones, not the like new flimsy paper printed ones. But yeah, so that, and I guess that's happening because I just put the fabric in the bag with that. So I think we've made the decision. Thank you for your help. And then let's see. Oh, let's do the giveaway. I had, oh no, now I need to find it. Where is it? I usually keep my giveaway stuff right here. Oh, here it is. I do keep it right there. All right, so Tweet. I finished stitching this, and then last time I asked you just to use Tweet as one of your comments, or in your comment, and I used the random YouTube picker, and Aaron, let's see, maybe if I darken that screen up, there we go. There she is. All right, so Aaron's 2653. Get a hold of me. If you have Instagram, please message me on Instagram. That's the easiest way to do it. If you don't have Instagram, don't say, hey, I'm the winner, I don't have Instagram. Just let me know. Just say that you don't have Instagram. And unfortunately, I didn't finish anything this week, so I can't pass the stash on anything, and I'm not ready to pass the stash on the Prairie Schooler yet, and that I actually might sell off just because there's some money invested in that one. And then the other two patterns that I'm UFOing, one of them is a missing PDF, which I couldn't pass to you anyways, and the other one is a PDF. So I can't pass that along. Okay, quilt update. So if you don't want to see this, please, it was lovely visiting with you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for spending time with me today. I know that there are so many floss tubers out there right now. And I keep finding new people that I like every day, and I really need to get better about writing those down. Actually, we're gonna, hold on one second. I'm gonna go to the last people that I've watched, because I've watched a couple new people lately, and I have really been enjoying that. So let's go. All right, The Diary of a Hyperactive Crafter. I found her the other day and really enjoyed watching her. She did a mid-year WIP parade that I caught, and I haven't gone back and watched her first two videos, but her, and I don't even know how old this was. Is it old? No, it was 9 days ago. So I watched her mid-year WIP parade. She had done 2 videos before that. I have not gone back to watch those yet, but Diary of a Hyperactive Crafter. She is a big Frosted Pumpkin fan, and has stitched on quite a wide variety of Picture This Plus fabrics. And then the Nightshade Needleworker was another new floss tuber that I found. She's not new though, I don't think. Let's see. I I should have planned for this section of my episode better. I apologize. Let's see. She has been making Flosstube for about 5 months. They have 6 videos and awesome. They're also stitching the Deadly Aquarium SAL and I think the Femurs and Fungi SAL, which I'm not doing, but I've been kind of admiring from afar. So kind of that style of stitching, a little bit more kind of dark. Like I think they have the Greenhouse of Oddities like in their background. So definitely like that Lola Crow feel, like stitching lupine feel, that area of the internet. And then most of you probably watch her, and I've been watching her for a few months now, maybe. But Crafty Gamey Jamie, I think is her name. I will put the links in the thing. She's just been making really awesome progress on a full coverage. And like right now she has like 2 hoops on it because she's working in 2 different spots. And it's just really cool to watch it really come together. Sometimes she does vlog style filming where she'll like intersperse a bunch of videos from different days in the week. Sometimes she films a whole week update at a time, but she's a great like weekly floss tuber that does like not super long videos that are like really fun to watch. Okay, I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do because I have been all over the place on this video. You won't know that. I'm just gonna be spending a lot of fun time doing that. So again, thank you for coming to me. Definitely check out some new floss tubers. I've been hitting that home screen a lot on YouTube when I'm like in Flosstube mode on YouTube, and just kind of seeing who the algorithm is picking for me, and jumping on and watching them, and just really enjoying watching people and different styles of stitching than myself even, and then really like falling in love with some patterns. I've been really well behaved in the stash acquisitions department. Just I think having that bag of the 24 new starts in 2024 that I had planned, even if I don't get to them, like I know that I have stash. I wrote a list of stash that I need to stitch and want to stitch. And so having that there is, yeah. Oh, the other thing is plans. Like I said, zing, 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 zing. So because I was like going through all of my whips, I think I'm really in the mood for like some bigger stuff. So I don't think I'm going to start like And They Sinned anytime soon, but I think that fabric might get allocated towards that. I might cut a piece that is like allotted for that if it fits on that fabric. But I think I really am like wanting to pick up like All Creatures Great and Small from Barbara Anna, and I'm really wanting to pick up my lilies, and I'm really wanting to pick up Hare. So I think we're gonna move in a bigger project direction after like the bottles are done. But we gotta get the bottles done first, and then we can move into that bigger direction. So the bottles and keeping up hopefully with the Deadly Aquarium SAL are like my biggest plans. And then I have to finish this baby quilt. So I'm going to show you where I'm at with this baby quilt now. Again, thank you so much for joining me today if you're going to leave. But this quilt is beautiful. Like not because I'm stitching it, because of the pattern, and you can feel however you want about my stitching. I love it. And my fabric choices, but I think it's great. Anyways, so what I'm talking about is Elizabeth Hartman's Pretty Birds. So this is the full size, and this is the baby size, which is what I am doing. And I am sort of making the baby size into the color scheme of the full size. The baby size only uses 2 of the color groups, and the large quilt uses 8 different color groups. So instead of just using 2 color groups, because my niece is having a baby and they are not finding out the sex of the baby that they are having, I wanted to make something that was very neutral. And so I am sort of making it into a rainbow of birds. And I think I had only shown you 4 birds before. I have 8 birds done now. I only have 2 more birds to go. It's a 10 bird quilt. So here is here's the red cockatiel. He's the only one left that is on his own. And then I have the toucan. Oh no, this is a macaw. I just said the wrong thing. This is a macaw. Sorry, macaw. And then the cockatoo, the cockatiel, and the toucan in one set of the colors. And then these ones are all 4 of them together. Let's see. Okay. So the macaw, the toucan, the cockatiel, and the cockatoo. So I have one more orange one and one more red one to do. And I will put in a picture here of like what it will look, where the holes currently are, so you can kind of see, and then you'll be able to easily tell where the orange one should go and where the red one should go. So I only have 2 more birds to do, so I'm really excited about that. This quilt is coming along. It is fiddly. If you have not done an Elizabeth Hartman quilt before, Julie in Kansas City Girl in the Colorado World messaged me, and she was like, oh my gosh, I stitched her llamas and the little pieces got to me. And the little pieces are a lot. The cutting is it's the cutting. The cutting is like maddening. But once you get through the cutting, the sewing is a little bit better, especially because the way that I'm doing it, I'm piecing together 2 of the same bird at the same time. And so I'm being able to sit down at my sewing machine for a little bit longer and then get up and press. And it's like, you're pressing all the seams open, you're not pressing to the dark side, which is like, that's always I have a little iron that says like, quilters, it's like Star Wars. It says quilters always press to the dark side. If you know what that means, you know what it means. It's very cute. Anyways. This is how I've been today. Thank you all for watching. If you really liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. I'd love to catch up with you. Say hi. If you made it this far in the video, I would love for you to leave me an emoji comment. I just love seeing how many people make it actually through to the end. So if you can leave me like the spool of thread, since we've been quilting today, leave me the spool of thread emoji at the end of your comment, or you can just leave the spool of thread emoji. I would love to know how many of you actually make it all the way through. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful stitchy weeks. I'm going to try to, again, make it back in the 3-week mark, but we'll see how that goes. So I will see you in the next 3 to 4 weeks, and have a good one. Enjoy the beginning of summer if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Sorry. I always kind of forget that part. Enjoy the beginning of the summer if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, and if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, enjoy the beginning of winter. That's wild.